these are the paints. The box doesn't look that great, so I'm really hoping that they are as nice as they looked online. Ooh, that's quite nice. It's like a tin. And now let's open them up. Ooh, they are bigger than I thought. I thought they were going to be a smaller set. They've got like this plastic covering on, which is obviously telling me the color name, but not in English. But, you know, obviously they're not an English set. Look at those colors. They're so cute. I really love this mood and this color palette. I think it's beautiful. I think you can take these out as well. Maybe not using a nail, but using like a pen or something. So you could probably swap them out. So you get like this palette as well. So you could probably buy singles of these. I just touched this and it feels really sticky. They are watercolors. I don't want to pull this out in case, I think you can take it out, but I don't want to pull it out in case I break it. Can you take this bit out? This feels like a very flimsy plastic, that's actually holding it all together. It feels stuck down. Yeah, it's not very well stuck down with some, there's the cheapness of it. I mean, it's pretty cool that you can take that out though, even though it's not supposed to be. Well, okay, are they any good? Let's test them out. They are so cute still. I think I really, really like these. They're obviously a dupe for the Ganzi Tambi watercolor set. If you've seen those, they're kind of these paints that are watercolor, but they're quite pigmented and they're Japanese and they're really, really good. My favorite watercolor paper, which is this Aquarelle Arches paper. It's really, really good. It's very expensive. It's 20 sheets for like, I don't know, I paid £20, so it's like £1 per sheet of paper. I very much know that I have a problem with cleaning my brushes. So, you know, I've got a little brushes that are a bit skanky. My main thing right now is gouache. So this is interesting to see how I'm gonna like use these. And yeah, they're super pigmented because that was just like a little dip of water and look at that. That is good. That is good, I would say. Yeah, I haven't used watercolors in a while, so this is going to be interesting. I feel like if you're a beginner artist, sometimes, like I said in my previous video of color theory, you can mix your own colors and get away with a lot. So it's you know, you don't need to buy this set of beautiful pastel watercolors, but it's nice. This paper is really strange because it's a watercolor paper I got in Japan. Actually, looking at it, I'm not really sure if it is watercolor paper, but it's also going on quite nicely. Things of this. I'm just going to Google translate what this says because I'm pretty sure I Google translated it at the time. Yeah, okay, so it is for watercolor. It's just not very porous, I guess. It's very smooth. To make of that what you will. If you want this same effect, then get some smooth paper rather than super grainy paper. I've made these longer than shorter, but oh well. I guess it's kind of annoying if you're watching this and you're like, whoa, that's why she done it like that. I don't know why I've done it like that. That's the way it's happened. You can see how pigmented they are. They feel really, really opaque. And it does say solid watercolor opaque as the name of the set. So you'd think that would be a little indicator for me, but I don't really expect them to be this solid, if that makes sense. But yeah, look at this. It's really beautiful just doing these swatches. I think because this is all these colors kind of go together because they're such a similar hue that it just looks pretty. I wonder how long it will take to dry because usually watercolor doesn't, you know, it's sort of quickly drying. Depends how much water you've used on it. Also depends on this paper because it's not very porous. I guess it might take a while to dry. I'm confused as to which one is which now. That one is, okay, so it was 4. Should have done it properly. They're very light, so I wonder if they would work on black paper. They probably look really nice on black paper. I like this texture that we're getting from this paper, which is very beautiful. I think that's the thing with watercolors is that its unpredictability can create such beautiful markings. And that's why people love it, and that's why I'm not very good at it either. I'll wait for them to all dry and then I'll show you how they look dried. You can see how they make this beautiful kind of, I don't know, like texture. So I have my Arches block. I need to open it up. Oh my god! How did I not know that this was black paper? Am I being stupid? I am being stupid. I am. I'm being really stupid, of course. So this is a block, color block, so you need to peel back the layers. I'm gonna rip this cover off. That was so funny. I thought honestly it was black paper. I was like, how is that possible? Stupid, that's why. It's left some little black pieces at the edge, which I'm not happy with. You want to use masking tape as well, because if you use like normal tape or duct tape or something, you're gonna rip your paper up and you're gonna have like just a ruined piece at the end. So you don't want that. Okay, so I'm gonna do the negative painting technique for watercolors because I always think that looks beautiful. It requires a bit of brain power, so you know, I'm just gonna try my best. I want to draw a picture with pesto in the middle because I took this cute photo of her the other day. Her just lying in this hole for some reason. She decided that that was like the place to be. So I'm just gonna sketch pesto in the middle, just all bageled up, you know, looking cute. I'm just gonna do like, yeah, a rough outline of what she'd look like. And I would be taking pictures of lots of leaves, and anytime I go out and I see like, I'm like, that's a nice leaf, or that's a good tree, I take a picture and try to save it, because I think, you know, I love to draw this stuff, so it makes sense to. I'm just going to use that as a reference for the leaves. So this is where I'm not going to paint, if that makes sense. But I really want it as if we're looking down on this tiny cat through the leaves. Maybe she's a little like pixie cat. I don't know. She's pesto, but she's a little baby cat in this image. She's a little tiny fairy cat, I guess. What we're going to do is the first layer is this one. So I'm going to wet the whole paper, which is scary. This is wet on wet technique, which is, I'm not a watercolorist, but I know about the techniques. So I'm going to try it just to get this like smooth gradation that supposedly these paints can do, because that's what it says on the cover, right? It says it. Where did it say that? I swear it said that somewhere. Oh no, it said it on this paper. I'm completely wrong. I'm completely wrong again. Ooh, shocker. Okay, well that doesn't matter. We can get nice gradation with this. So first layer, let's see, what color do I want? I want to maybe like a little blue. Maybe around pesto it's like, maybe around her it's like a light is coming from her. I don't know. I just don't know, guys. I'm just avoiding these leaves. I'm going to do pesto as a pink, little pink cat. So yeah, I'm going to do her like as if she's glowing a bit. It's going to be very difficult to have this effect, but I'm going to try it because why not? Practice is practice. Yeah, this blue is nice. Let's get a bit more dark around the edge. You don't want to do the first layer too dark though, because you go in with darker and darker layers. But I think around the outside it could be a bit more dark. Okay, now I want to just do like over the leaves, but super, super light. The great thing about watercolor is you can pick up pigment sometimes if you just like dry your brush off. Definitely want to pick up some pigment around pesto because I want her to be sort of glowing. I don't know if it's going to be possible, but I'm trying. Okay, the next step. I don't know what that was about. I think I'm just going to pick up some of this, if I can still do it, some of this pencil pigment, because okay, well, no, that's stuck there. Yeah, the next step is to draw more leaves. And I really like the idea of pesto being kind of covered by these leaves. So some big, oh, what the hell is that? That doesn't make any sense. So you can just see like a hint of a little cat in there, which I think is cute. So now I'm going to go in and just try and avoid, I need more water because these are so pigmented. Try and avoid the new leaves that I did and paint over the old leaves. I really think the first layer wasn't that pigmented enough for it though, so we'll see how it looks once it's dry. I really do love the way that you get this like gradient going on with watercolor, just naturally following like the flow of the water. I think I want to add like some more pink to this because it's such a beautiful palette. So just make it a bit more whimsical. This is like a really relaxing technique to do, by the way, in case you're wanting to try it out. It's just, you have to use your brain a little bit, and I feel like I'm not doing it right. But you gotta trust the process and just believe that you're doing the right thing here. These paints are definitely drying weirdly, right? Do you think? Or do you think that's just the way I'm using them? Maybe the water. See, they're like kind of drying strangely. Also, it's fun because it's watercolor, just to let the paint naturally spread. It's really difficult to step away from trying to control where the paint goes because I'm so used to gouache that I just want to like control what's happening. But sometimes it's nice, like the randomness of watercolor is quite beautiful, just the way that it decides to do things, whether you like it or not. So I'm just gonna try it. Just gonna try and loosen up a bit, I guess. We're gonna dry this layer and then we're gonna do the next layer. So let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna go and do these darker with this like purple, because whoa, oh no, my microphone. Okay, well, good thing it's watercolor. Hopefully it'll come out. Good, great. So we're painting now with the purple around the places where I don't want, I just want leaves to be seen. I also want that space around pesto to be kind of pinky, but let's see if we can achieve that. Okay, we're getting there. I think I just have to keep reminding myself that no, the next layer is going to be more leaves. So you don't need to worry about doing more leaves at this time. And why we do this with watercolor is because you can just get some beautiful qualities. So like this leaf now looks so pretty with this sort of pink to green underneath. I don't know if it's dark enough, this green. I suppose I could get a black color from a different set. Yeah, so I want a really like glowing cat in the middle. So what I'm going to do is put water here, spread it out, and then get this really, really, really light pink and just sort of condense the pigment here in the middle and then try and spread it out. Which is a little bit difficult because of this technique with the negative space, but I think it should work. I think because this watercolor is so opaque, it's kind of letting you do this. I don't know if it's closer to like a gouache technique. Yeah, I guess she kind of looks glowy. Trying to add a little bit of detail to some of the leaves. This is after I've recorded this. I did not like the way that this came out. It was okay, but I think I could have done better. I put this black on and I really regret it because I think it just really ruined the way the rest of the colors looked. So as I finish this piece, I decided that I'm going to paint it again, but this time with some upgrades and some more thought process. I think I was a little bit too heavy-handed with these paints at first because I'm used to using gouache so much. I kind of forgot how I enjoy using watercolors or how you're supposed to use them. I was super heavy-handed. I used way too much pigment, and I think I learnt a lot from this painting, which is good because, you know, any art you do is no time wasted because I think you learn a little bit more and a bit more. So I'm used to gouache, which you just layer and layer and it's fine, everything's good. But the colours got a little bit muddy here and I didn't really enjoy the final outcome. I thought it was a bit strange that pesto was so tiny and then the leaves didn't quite reach her. I thought it would have been better if I was going to go with this small cat idea, if the leaves were like covering her. So instead of that, I did the composition where she's much larger and it's actually like she's lying within these leaves. And I thought that would make for a better composition. And as I make this painting, you will probably see and agree with me, because I think this is one of my favorite things I've ever painted. And I've fallen back in love with watercolors, which is crazy. So I'm being super light-handed with this version. I'm going in with really light layers. I don't want to put too much pigment down and regret it. I want to see the way that these pigments are interacting with each other. I really love this light green with this light pink, and even this, like, even at this stage, I probably could have left it and found it quite an interesting painting, because I just really like the way this negative space looks. And yeah, I much enjoyed the process a lot more this time. I think I learned so much. I've learned that I love watercolors. I really like the way that they look layered down. I haven't used them in so long because I've just been so taken by gouache that I haven't really tried watercolors again. I always thought I would never go back to them, just because of how I found gouache easier to use, because it's just, I'm quite heavy-handed with the way I approach art. I'm quite get it layered, get it down. Whereas in this painting here, I'm being really soft and slow and thoughtful with what I'm doing. And every time I put the paintbrush down, I'm like, do I want to add this pigment here? I'm thinking about it. And each step of the process, I'm like, I could have stopped here and I still like it. So at the end, I really like the way the painting came out, and I hope you guys do too. So that's it, that's the final painting, and I think it's so cute with Pesto just lying there in the leaves. You can clearly see it's her, well, in my opinion, and I just think it's one of my favourite paintings I've ever done, and I definitely have fallen back in love with watercolours. I'm going to be doing more watercolours in the future. Give me a thumbs up and follow me if you're not subscribed already, that would be really helpful. But thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!